Holy Ghost. God, we need the Holy Ghost. Come on, lift your praise to Jesus. God, we need the Holy Ghost. I say when the praises go up, your blessings will come down, Hi. Come on, who for song this? Sister Gloria, you ready? I am the way, King of the victory. I am the truth, Lord of the harmony. I am the light of the world to be. Hosanna, I hold your honor. Hosanna, I give you strength. Hosanna, you are the sea. We're gonna sail to victory. Ooh, sailing, sailing, sailing across the river. Sailing, sailing, sailing across the river. Freedom, freedom, freedom in the life of Jesus. Hosanna, I hold your honor. Hosanna, I give you strength. Hosanna, you are the sea. We're gonna sail to victory. I am the vine, you shall abide in me. I am the river, you shall be cleansing me. I am the rock, you shall have life in me. Hosanna, I hold your honor. Hosanna, I give you strength. Hosanna, you are the sea. We're gonna sail to victory. Ooh, sailing, sailing, sailing across the river. Sailing, sailing, sailing across the river. Ooh, freedom, freedom, freedom in the life of Jesus. Hosanna, I hold your honor. Hosanna, I give you strength. Hosanna, you are the sea. We're gonna sail to victory. Hey. So Lord, we lift up your name. Lord, we lift up your name. With a heart filled with praise. Heart filled with praise. We exalt you, oh Lord our God. Hosanna in the highest.
Now big up Auntie Don around the music machine, cause you don't know, say I share the musical queen. Boogie down Bronx up on the scene. Brooke.
Oh yes, let's talk. Every first and third Thursday of each month, 8 p.m. Eastern, on Positive Radio 106.9 FM New York, Facebook, and on YouTube. Hosted by Auntie Donna, the Corncolor Queen, co-hosted by Rosie B, and our licensed professional counselor, Dr. Sharon Arundel, who is on board to give her professional advice and help to those in need. We explore real topics that affects real people, the undiluted, thought-provoking, factual, informative. It's all about the Let's Talk show. Feel free to call in and share your views. 914-527-8295 or our studio line 718-569-6622. We keep it positive. Don't you forget to tune in to Let's Talk. Don't you miss it. Oh yes, let's talk. Every first and third Thursday of each month, 8 p.m. Eastern, on Positive Radio 106.9 FM New York, Facebook, and on YouTube. Hosted by Auntie Donna, the Corncolor Queen, co-hosted by Rosie B, and our licensed professional counselor, Dr. Sharon Arundel, who is on board to give her professional advice and help to those in need. We explore real topics that affects real people, the undiluted, thought-provoking, factual, informative. It's all about the Let's Talk show. Feel free to call in and share your views. 914-527-8295 or our studio line 718-569-6622. We keep it positive. Don't you forget to tune in to Let's Talk. Don't you miss it.
Oh, good afternoon. 106.9 Positive Radio, YouTube, and Facebook. Good afternoon, good night, good morning. Hello to you, Donna Lofter, Everton Lagerpipe out of Hanover, Jamaica. Good afternoon, Facebook and YouTube. It's another Thursday evening. It's very holy. It's Holy Thursday. So we're going to try and keep our content superly holy tonight. Maybe everybody gone to church, right? But we'll continue to share while we play some songs and do what we normally do. Donna, thank you, Donna Lofter. Good afternoon, good afternoon. I'm waiting. Yeah, let me see if I can get my co-host in so I'm not hanging out here all by myself. And yes, she is. Let me put my beautiful co-host in. Let's get her in there. Good afternoon to you, Rosie. Unmute the mic. No, lad, Miss Lady. Unmute it.
Can I tell you, I'm just a waste my little greetings. Hello, everyone. Blessings, afternoon, good night, good morning, wherever you are, my beautiful peeps. It's another evening for us here on Positive Radio to be hosted the Let's Talk. So tonight is going to be a fun night.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to talk the real things there.
Tell
Yes.
you, Rosie, I don't know, man. I think we're so alike. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I just wanted a fun night tonight,
Yes.
before.
Can't take everything serious. Yes, we touch on real topics, but there are times when, because over here, we don't stick to one thing, we change up our thing.
Absolutely.
So tonight, oh, maybe you should go ahead, Auntie Donna. I don't know if you have anything else to say before we introduce the topic.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
let me say good afternoon to 106.9. 106.9, our listeners who are locked in the Boogie Down Bronx. We are live on air. We're locked in Bronx, in Mount Vernon, Yonkers, and New Rochelle, of course, portion of New Rochelle. We are locked. And we are global on www.positiveradio.com on the World Wide Web, where we are seen in countries around the world. We're also streaming live on platform YouTube and also on Facebook. I hear that the streaming platforms is having an issue today. I was notified by one of my streaming con platform that one of these platform is having a problem. So I don't know, because I normally would have seen certain people on the broadcast and I haven't seen them yet. So I'm going to continue to tag them. Maybe if I think what I need to do, because it's such a great topic, Rosie, I think
Mhm.
I'm gonna play a song, and then give some more people a time before we start give out the info.
Okay, no problem. No problem.
Do this one. Let's get it started lively.
People of God, it's praise time. Come on, come on. Lift him up. Come on. Hey, I want somebody to help me praise Jesus. Want somebody to help me praise. I want somebody to help me praise Jesus. Hey, clap your hands and help me praise Jesus. Clap your hands and help me praise. Clap your hands and help me praise Jesus. Hey. Wave your hands and help me praise Jesus. Wave your hands and help me praise. Wave your hands and help me praise Jesus. Hey, run up and down and help me praise. Run up and down and help me praise. Run up and down and help me praise Jesus. Praise Him, tell of His excellent greatness. Praise Him, everyone will song. Praise Him in His sanctuary, for His mighty acts, in a plenty of land. He made me bridge over water. He made me bird and deer. He made me lie and me doctor. I want somebody to help me praise. I want somebody to help me praise Jesus. I want somebody to help me praise Jesus. Hey, wave your hands and help me praise Jesus. Wave your hands and help me praise.
Wave your hands and help me praise Jesus. Wave your hands and help me praise. Wave your hands.
Boy, I tired of share so till. I tag, I follow, I do everything. I tired, I tired. All right, all right. We're gonna move on, and Rosie, we're gonna talk about this topic. I love it. I so love it. It feels so down to earth, and I think I've already greeted the audience. Let me see if we look better closer. Let me see. Yes, I think we look better closer. Yes,
Looking in, looking out, looking even better.
yes, absolutely. I think we look better that way. All right. So go ahead and open up with explaining what we're going to be talking about to our audience with tonight, my co host.
Yes, yes, ladies and gentlemen, my Caribbean peeps, my African peeps, my American peeps, wherever you are, can I tell you, we're going to speak about our childhood memories. Yes. And how does your childhood memories and your humble beginnings? We're not talking about those people who born with gold spoon in their mouths. They born in luxury, they grow in riches, so they don't experience no hard life. This show is not for you. You can tune in to hear where some of us are actually coming from and where we are today. Has it impacted or affected you negatively or positively? And what and how do you impart it also to your kids? You know, do you let them grow rough like how you have grown, or you try to give them a better life, things like these. So we want to hear from you. Myself and Auntie Donna is that going to be on here talking. We want to hear from you, we want you to participate. We want to hear some of the games you used to play as a child, the things that used to happen to you as a child. Did your mother beat you as a child? As opposed to now, because
Yeah.
everything now is child abuse. Yes. So we want to hear from you and how you dealt with it and how you looking back now as an adult. How do you view it? So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So we want it to be fun. We want it to be exciting. We want persons to just be themselves because everybody go through different things. But I have some story, Auntie Donna, can I tell
Well,
you?
I think the best thing for us to do is to for you to share some of your story. I have some, but it's not about our story. It's about all of we stories, and we
Yes,
want it
yes,
to be really fun. There's no guests coming on, so it's just you,
yes,
yeah,
that's us.
and
Not
and
us, me and you, us, the audience and everybody.
you on Facebook and YouTube, and the telephone
Yes,
number is running beneath the screen. Feel free to call. If you're going to be calling on WhatsApp, let me know so I can connect my phone because I'm using all three of them. So I can ensure that you can come in on WhatsApp. Also, when you're calling, we're trying to, Rosie, keep the stories to about a 10 minutes maximum, right?
yes,
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 so we don't
definitely.
have a half an hour of a story. If
No,
you
not even 10 minutes is very long also.
10 minutes, tell us the good part in a 5 minutes and the how you have overcome part in another 5 minutes. That's
Yeah.
what is the problem? What you're having a problem? Donna Lofter is saying she's having. What is the problem? Explain, honey. Explain. I'm not sure. Good afternoon to you, Jasmine Greg. Craig, Jasmine, how are you, my sweetie? You know that you're in our prayer. God bless you. God bless you. All right. So where is everybody? Let me explain this to you that I was notified, Donna, that the Facebook is having an issue um Facebook is having an issue. So if you're not seeing everybody, continue to share, continue to tag because there's an issue going on. This is not our thing. It's their thing. And I've often tell persons if you go on my website at www.positiveradio.com, you will see the broadcast. There is a just like Facebook, you will see me and you're able um to participate and comment as well on the website, right? So if Facebook and YouTube's not working, always there is always positive radio that we can communicate on. All right. So we continue to share because there's something going on with these streaming platform. All right. Okay, Rosie. So yeah, so let's start. You go, Rosie, because I know you got some
But I tell you, I
station like school. Because we're gonna be playing something from a young lady today that you sent. I'm gonna be playing that.
mhm.
Was your parents strict? These are some of the conversation we want, right, Rosie? If your
Yes.
parents was strict, how many times on a Sunday do you have to go to church? I hear somebody was saying they go to church 3 times on a Sunday for church. Sunday school, day and night
Night
service.
service. Yes.
That's what we were talking. And how going to church 3 times per week per day shape you as an adult today. Did that help you or did it hurt you? Want to talk those are the stories that we want to hear from our audience tonight. Also we want to talk like school. Did you have to a school finish you have to come home, them kind of weird there. You know what I mean? So give them some other scenarios there from us,
Oh
Rose.
my God. Let
You know,
me tell you.
yeah, go ahead.
School for me. All right. I grew up in a big up to the Caribbean people, big up to the Caribbean, especially those from country. So, I thank God for where I am today. But let me just dive into where I'm coming from. So I'm from a deep rural community in St. Anne. My school was like a mile away. And of course, you're going to have to foot it. You're going to have to walk. No taxi ain't coming to pick you up at no door or no road and take you to the school. That modern day stuff. So you know that you're going to have to walk. And then we're talking about years ago now. And for those who could afford it, might get shoes. If you can't afford it, you just know that your 10 commandments, which is your toes, which are your toes, gonna be out because you're going to walk barefoot. Yes, and school, was quite interesting. I mean, the same procedure. Children, to me, at that time had more manners. They were more mannerable. But I think we lack certain resources, and as a result, if you see somebody without shoes, it wasn't so much of a big deal, because it's like the norm, because many kids
Because everybody
were
afford it those days.
those days, especially from the rural
Yeah,
communities.
Rhonda Ben out of Guyana. Rhonda, I know you have some story. Please call in Rhonda with a story. I see Grace Baker out of Queens. I'm expected just saying hello. Oh, you're just saying hello. Most people, I think it's Holy Thursday. Maybe they're in some sort of a service preparing for tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm assuming. Hi, Rhonda. I understand Grace Baker and Paul is listening, and we have silent listeners who are listening as well. So good afternoon. So yeah, I think back then a lot of people was just poor.
Yes, poor bad. And then after you walk the mile to school, you didn't get like lunch. You have to go home for lunch. So you have to walk another mile, go home for lunch, and another mile to come back. By the time you reach school, the food we're
That is so true.
the food we're out. But guess what? I learned to appreciate what I got. At the time, I wanna tell you, so we were poor. I mean, we were poor.
Yeah.
So my great grandmother used to cook like yam, and we didn't have like meat kind.
Right.
So she would fry up the coconut oil, man, and put in scallion and the small tomatoes, they call them tomatoes in country, the small ones.
Uh-huh.
And one night saw Auntie Donna, it was nice, and we eat that and drink some lemonade. not lemonade. We call it. They use a thing called civil orange. I don't know if you know civil orange.
That must have been good for you to remember that. Oh my goodness.
Yes, I remember every detail. I remember almost every detail. And we had to walk back to school. Blessings, Ruby Bernard. Blessings to you. Yeah, so it was rough. It was rough when I was in the country parts, but then when I moved to the more town aspect, like I moved to St. Anne's Bay, which is more, town. It's St. Anne's still, but more town. I remember Auntie Donna, Lord have mercy. They used to have this shoe they call Lada. I don't know if you know Lada shoes.
Wish I
It's
have
those.
would send me those photos. I
Oh
would
my goodness.
the name is familiar.
Yes,
What
let me
other
tell you what it is.
yes.
It's a plastic shoes with a lot of hole looking like strainer. But you see, when the sun penetrate that, you have to be dancing like you're doing ballet. Yes, I tell you, when the sun gets hot on the top of that ladder shoes, but that's what we could afford. You
Yeah.
understand? And I made it anyhow. I went through, and a lot of kids, had the same situation as myself. So I didn't feel like I was unique then to say, well, I didn't have this and I didn't have that. I didn't have certain things that I see some other kids have. Like I have relatives sending clothes for me and stuff. It was just me and my mother, my grandmother for me.
Right.
Some persons were more fortunate than myself.
Right.
Yeah, so that's just one of my school stories, but I have many more.
You. How has that shaped you into adulthood?
Well, it has because I learned to appreciate what I have now. Um, I learn mainly to appreciate every single thing, everything that I have in life now. And for my kids,
Yes.
I try to give them the things that I didn't have or
Wow.
didn't get in life. So I remember even in primary school, when the teacher would come, that is when I moved to Kingston though, because I spent like my sixth grade in Kingston at George Headley Primary. And so, the teacher would come around. Those who want to go to Disney, put up your hand. No, Auntie Donna, it makes no sense
For you to put up
r-
your hand.
for me to put up my hand, cannot even pass. I have much less deport. No passport.
Jesus.
So, and then you would look and you see some kids put up them hands, and when the time come around, you notice that they're gone. I couldn't afford that. I don't even bother think about that. You understand me? So you're looking on, but some persons were more privileged than others. And so I try now to give my kids all that I didn't have. I try to expose them to a lot of things that I didn't get a chance to.
Do you notice there is a change in their behavior because you are giving them everything that you did not
Yes,
have?
they feel
And
too entitled.
oh, that is where I want to go. And would
Mhm.
you are you like maybe me shouldn't just go all out like that for them? Have you ever thought that?
Yes, yes, Auntie Donna, because all right, my youngest daughter is 16,
Yes.
and she she has never been in once. You understand what I'm saying? Because I try to give them everything they need. So she will take up the phone, Mom, I need this for dance class. I need this for art class. I need this. And I will always try to give them because I don't want them to go to school, even textbooks, because she spent her primary years in Jamaica, but she's living overseas now. And they change up the textbooks. They are now workbooks. So
Right.
it's like when you used to use like the student companion and the first aid and so on, and the language arts. you didn't have to do the work in your book, but now they created it that now that you have to do the work in your book. So you can't afford for your child not to have the book. And then when the other child is doing his or her work, she's there peeping over next door to her. So I made sure that they have what they're supposed to have. I go
Excuse
all out.
Let me address Lisa. Lisa Raymond. Good afternoon. Lisa, I did send it out in the WhatsApp. She said, Auntie Dana, why you didn't send this out on our WhatsApp? WhatsApp. Too bad I can't participate because I can't talk on the phone. It's an interesting topic. Listen in, Lisa, and if you do get a little chance, you can call in and share your story. And tonight we want you to call in to the studio or on my WhatsApp number that is running at the bottom of your screen. It's in my status. I put it on my status because I think a lot of people click on the status, in WhatsApp. Everybody click on the status. But, anyways, so we want you to call in. Mr. Ted Robinson, good afternoon. I know you have some great story too, Mr. Ted Robinson. If what's his name? The other singer, oh my goodness, Kenny was available. Kenny have some great stories. I know Ruby Bernard have great stories, and all of that. So call in and share. Let us make tonight, Holy Night, a really humorous night. It's sad, but let us get to some humor right here on Positive Radio. So yeah, so your children grow up and they're too entitled, right?
Yes, I feel very entitled. And I always say to especially the younger one, I say, you need to experience some hard life because they think they want phone, they get it. They want tablet, they get it. They want a laptop, they get it. I didn't have those privileges. I didn't have those privileges, but at the same time, you don't want them to go out of the way. So you try to give them what you didn't get. You
Yeah.
understand? And I know what it feels like um being in ones, especially in your younger years. I remember, Auntie Dana, even simple things like television. Back in the day, it's black and white.
Yes, absolutely.
And some people who might be so privileged to have their black and white, when you go and you go at them doorway to look, them all lock them door, Auntie Dana.
That happened to me, to Rosie. That's why I don't go to people yard in my old state. I don't like to go to people yard because I don't want nobody run me from. I used to get run from people window when I was growing up. So
Yes.
hard for me to even when I go if you were to invite me to your house, Rosie, and today as an adult, I am not moving. Even if I want to use the bathroom, I am not moving. I wait until I go home. I use my bathroom. My children, as much as they're boys, they are indeed the same. So certain things that affect us growing up still to this day is in our DNA. It has not left us. And
Not at all.
us really. Somebody asked for the number. Guys, you can call in at any time. We're only talking because no one else is calling to talk to us. The telephone number is 718-569-6622. Here comes a call. Let's do this. Good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon. Good evening.
Good evening, Rhonda. Now, this is my Guyane, my awesome sister. Talk to me, Rhonda. The topic, what was the topic? Let me see if I can get back to it. Your childhood experience and your humble beginning. How is it affecting your life today? Let's talk about that. So you have like 10 minutes to give it to us.
Okay. Hi, everyone.
No.
Oh, let me turn off this.
Yeah.
So, hello, everyone. Positive radio listener, Auntie Dana, and everybody.
Yes.
Thank you for having me on the line. I would say 10 minutes because I have some other things that I'm taking care of. But I must stop by to talk to my queen, Queen friend. So I had a tough life. My life was tough. In high school, I had to travel 36 miles to go to school every day from Monday to Friday. 36 miles going and 36 miles coming. We wake up at 4 a.m. to catch the school bus at 5:30 to go down to school to reach there for 8 a.m. Every day, Monday to Friday. Sometimes the school bus break down in the middle of a deserted road. So we would start walking. If we have exam, we would start walking towards school. If we don't, then we would walk back home. And if we're lucky, you would find a pickup truck passing or some trucks carrying woods, brick, whatever it is. And if we have exam, the older students would say to us, "Oh, she have an exam. Can you take 4 people?" Or we would jump up at the back of the truck. When we get down to the city, our hair that was black, it turned brown from the dust. Our uniform all messed up.
Wow, amazing.
And we would still go because education was our priority. In order for us to get out of that village that we grew up in, we need to focus on education. So education was our priority. So whether we have dust, our shoe that was black turned brown, but we always had a shoe brushing our shoe. We were groomed, right? In spite of that we didn't have much.
Mm-hmm.
Our uniforms were clean.
Mm-hmm.
Our shoes were well polished.
Mm-hmm.
We were well dressed
Mm-hmm.
and ready to get our education. Sometimes when the bus breaks down now, we have to come back home. Or sometimes there's no driver for the bus to bring us back home. So we would sit at a bus shed 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, no bus. And, after a while, the folks at the market, they know us. So if they have any leftover grocery, leftover food, whatever, they would bring it out and bring the tray and we would sit and eat until the bus come. Or, we were like a community. We grew up together. It was a small community. We grew up together. We looked out for each other.
Wow. And how has that changed your life now, your humble beginning? How has that changed your life? How has those humble beginning, those challenges shape your life and the lives of your family now?
So I'm still humble because I never will forget where I came from,
Wow.
right? I still stay humble. Now that I'm a mother, I I don't know if it's good, but I still pass on those same trait that, whatever little you have, make it do until you could afford more, right? Because we here in the not because I came from Guyana, not because I'm making more, I should spend more and show people that I'm no. What I do with my more, I give to the less fortunate because I know where I came from, right? That doesn't change anything for me. It just make me a better person and to appreciate how God has blessed me from where I was to where I am now, that I have more. And not because we have more, we gonna splurge and, there's people out there that was at the place where we were that need to get where we are. So in other words, what I'm saying is if you make a step forward, you look back and you bring the next person to your level. Don't leave them where they are. The world is big.
Thank you very much, Rhonda. See why you see my community? That's who we are. My God. Thank you very much, Rhonda. And thank
Beautiful.
you for sharing your story. 36 miles. We're going to explore that a little bit more. Thank you
Yes.
very much. I know you're extremely busy.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. My God. Rosie, you hear that?
Yes,
It makes
yes.
you walk in cotton peel, don't it?
Yeah, I mean, 36 miles. I didn't travel. Maybe I traveled that much because during my high school years, I
Call
used to.
coming in. Oh, the call coming in.
Yes, we want to hear the cause.
Good afternoon, Auntie Dana.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I
Who
just
is this? Hold on, let me.
go ahead.
If you
Go
guys
ahead.
notice, I'm not wearing headset because may have challenges. You hear me? All right. So speak up, darling. Speak up.
Okay, okay.
Who is this?
Yeah, I just wanna give my little bit. Okay. The thing about me, I
Who am I speaking to?
Donna
Oh,
Loftus.
Donna laughed. My God,
Yeah.
Donna, I never sound like you. All right, baby, go ahead. Go ahead. Now I know
Yeah.
who I'm talking to.
Okay. The thing about it is that with me, I I didn't know my biological mother. How I knew my mom is her aunt adopted me. Those days it was Jubilee was lining. They used to call Jubilee lining.
Yes, I
So
remember
my
that.
mother had me in lining. My her aunt used to work at a hotel. But you know in those days they didn't have like washing machine and stuff. So when she had to do the laundry, she had to lift all these heavy pan and things. So she got pregnant 3 times and lose the baby. So when my mom was pregnant with me, she said, "Oh, I want this one." My mother had 5 children. Now, lying in, I was in the hospital. She came and took me out. I don't know what it is to get the breast, to get the milk. I'd never sucked my mother's breast. I was fed by the bottle. Eventually, that lady adopted me. One day she said to me, my birth paper, if you see it, it mark adoption. One day she said to me, Donna, would you like to know your mom? And I said, yes, but she's dead. And she brought a picture of my mother in the casket. In those days, it was coffin. And she said, this is your mother. You can imagine knowing your mother in a coffin. And I cried and I cried and I cried. This lady really took good care of me. She sent me to school. She did everything that a mother should do. Growing up, I I my godmother and other family members, they rally around me to that I go to school, and every every holiday I would get a dress. My godmother would give me a nice dress. I was taken care of. I was well taken care of, but I wanted my mother. When I reached a stage now that I start having children, I said I would adopt a child because I am an adoption. But then I start having children. I end up having 6. Now, the way it impacted me now is that I find myself always seeking a motherly love. I prefer to be with older people. When I say be with, I mean friends.
That is
Older
true.
people who can show me what I don't know, teach me what I didn't know.
Yes, yes.
So I find myself gravitating to children also because I didn't have a childhood life by a biological mother. As I said, this lady did treat me good. She did everything for me. She sent me to school. I used to go to St. George's Girls. Um, then I went to St. Andrew Technical, and then I went to Early Childhood. So my education background was good. But my kids now, there's a lot of things I didn't get. Just like what Rosie was saying, I didn't get. So I try now to give it to my children. Growing up in I should say, a volatile community. It wasn't easy in raising them, but I stand my ground with them, telling them that education is a key to success, and education take you out of poverty. So I make sure that they get all that they want. Me alone, I work hard. I used to work as a security officer in the airport and the wharf, and I make good money and I take good care of all of them.
Nice.
But still, there's a void missing in me. I don't have a mother,
Yes.
and sometimes I wish,
Yes.
I had a mom. She would be old now. She would be old, but at least she would be alive.
Yes.
That I could say, Mom, this. Mom, should I do this? Mom, should I do that? So that kind of affect me sometimes. That is
I
why when
believe
I
that.
find somebody who I can gravitate to, I
Mhm.
do that. So,
Wow.
but I thank God I've come a far way, and I didn't look and saying I don't have a mother. Even my father. When I knew my father, I was like 20. No, I was like 20. Yeah. And when I went to him and somebody told me where I can find him, Friday evening time, he used to work with KCC, men in a bar, a drink, and I went in there and I said to him, do you know Mr. Jocelyn? I said, yes. Am I your father? I said, I don't know. I'm looking for my dad. And it was him.
Wow.
And he introduced me to his woman. She didn't like me because she said, I'm come for take away. She forget. And my father didn't stand by me because he
Awesome.
gave me some money and she encouraged him to take back the money. And I gave it back to him. So I
Okay.
didn't have a father figure in my life.
Right.
Now, it happens that I gravitate now to older men. My husband was 30 years older than me, but he was my father. He was a missing father. He was my lover. He was everything. So that gave me a push in life. For 35 years, I was married to him. He died 10 years now. So that he with the treatment he gave me, I pass it on to the children. I am at times I think about her and I still see the picture before me, she lying in the casket. She was a beautiful black woman.
Mm.
But now I thank God that I didn't raise my children uh lesser than I should. I gave them everything possible. And I'm happy that they're all mature now on their own, have their own children, living their own life. And may God continue to be with me, be with them, be with us all, because every woman has a story. So that's my
Yeah.
story.
Thank you very much. Such a powerful story. Thank
Yeah,
you very
I
much,
see.
Donna. Keep it locked and
Okay.
continue to share.
Okay, cool.
God
Okay,
bless
cool.
you. Wow.
I
We
tell you.
the community is coming in. I see Mr. Leroy Mullings coming in, and Mecca is in the house. Not sure where in the world she is, but Mecca. Gail Griffiths is here. Precious Oyinwumi is here as well. And those of you who are on YouTube and Facebook, good afternoon and welcome, welcome, welcome. The telephone number is 718-569-6622. If you are in the United States, feel free to call in. I just want to say, Rosie, that our stories matters.
Yes, it does. It
Things,
does.
our feelings matters. I don't mind sharing the story and persons like, oh, you're old, you get over it and it's make you who you are. Yes, I understand. We have passed that. But w- you hear from Donna right now that she still wants her mother. You know, I am
That's the missing part of the puzzle. Yeah.
yeah, there's always this missing part. Like for those of us who did not have a childhood, we never grow up because adulthood was forced on us at an early age. So even as adulthood, as adults, we are still having to, feel so childlike because we've never really gotten out of that stage in our head. I'm speaking for myself here, right? As much as I can go from being a child to an adult and all of that, but when you see adult behave in a particular way, it's out of a lack for something that they did not have. That was a powerful story. Right, Rose?
Yes, it was. Yes, and let me tell you something. As much as we are here talking about our own experiences, there might be somebody or persons listening to us and say maybe going through a similar situation, and it gives them hope because your current situation does not dictate your future. I must tell people that it does not dictate your future. I remember even in my community, you have people who wipe their mouth on your Auntie Dana.
Of course.
Bless some daughter, cause me bless some daughter. She not come to nothing.
Give you how much picnic them give you?
Hello, can I tell you? But no, I live to see the very same persons when I go back to that community. Miss, they call me Miss. They put on Miss now.
Yes.
You understand me? So it's always good to prove people wrong.
Mhm.
Especially in communities, people will wipe their mouths on you. People will say bad things about you. And I always encourage people, if you're in a particular area or town or whatever, sometimes you have to launch out, leave to make it in life. Because sometimes when you stay there, you become
Have
stagnant.
to leave. That is biblical. In order to make it, you must leave. You
Yeah.
must leave. Most, if you check about most of the Bible character, they did not stay in their born land. The greats in the Bible, they had to leave their barn land and make it in another land. All right. Donna, so Donna's story was powerful. When she didn't grow up with a father, so now she gravitated to older men, and we can see that. And even now we can look at, we always talk about girls who go to older men. It's because there's a lack of a father figure.
Father figure.
So these girls are gravitating to these older men, not necessarily for the money, but for the protection or for the care that a father would have given, you know so it's great. So give us a call. Let's play something from this young lady before we forget it, and see if that can trigger some of our audience. Kayan Clark, good afternoon to you, my love. Wait, okay, there you go.
My parents saved my life. One thing I really disliked and couldn't understand when I was younger is why my parents never allowed me to go to sleepovers. Because when I was younger, my only priority was my friends. Period. But what I didn't consider was the dangers that could already be lurking in the home when it comes to different family members, or just the dynamic that they have and how it could affect your child. I also didn't like the fact that I couldn't stay out late and hang out with my friends. But now as an adult, I realized that after a certain time, there's nothing in those streets but danger and trouble. I needed to stay my butt at home. I hated the fact that my parents were so involved in my studies growing up. I hated it. I wished my parents were more laxy-daisy with my grades like the other kids were, because they could do whatever they want and they didn't have the pressures of their parents trying to get them to get these good grades. But now that I'm older, I realize
Let's put a pause there. Good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon, Auntie Dana.
Mother will be Mother Lickshot. You're up and
Yeah.
listening.
No, man, I said today at 6 hours me on the radio, from there I went to your home.
So are you listening to the
I
program?
me carry Ted because they have me to do one of the spoken words. So I go do it and me fall asleep right in the studio.
So are you
Then
listening the program? All right, Mother will be. Are you
No,
listening the
no,
show?
I am listening the show. I jump up and start listening the show, and it's very interesting.
Thank you. Go ahead with your
Very
story, Mama.
interesting, and I want to add my little part to it too.
Yes, man. Go ahead.
Yes.
So I move from there. Full. So my thing is, I hear that person that just Dana, Sister Dana, that just finished. I hear her. I did hear a part of somebody before. Not everything, but I give God thanks and I give God praise for those people that really pass through stuff. But I passed through with growing up as a child. My story is very long, so I'm gonna make it short.
The short part of it is growing up without a parent. You hear the background of anything else?
No, go ahead, mother. You're good.
All
We
right.
got 10 minutes.
So I give God thanks for a program like all this because it's important that people know that they will see people grow up or are growing up and they're suffering and they have it and they don't pay no mind to help you, but they look down on you. As I hear, leaving to you, Sister Rosie B, and all the listeners out there, and they look down on you and say you will come to nothing. Nobody cares.
Hello? Mother will
In
be?
Jamaica, and what they say that somebody cut them off. Well, I know those things can happen. So anyhow, she died from I was a year and 11 months. Yes, you hearing us? You hearing me?
Yes, mother will be. Do not listen to your device. Just speak your story in the
Okay,
phone.
okay. So anyhow, when growing up, we don't know mother. For when she died, my youngest sister was just 6 weeks. 6 weeks. Just only 6 weeks when my mother died. And I was a year and 10 months at that time. My bigger sister was 3 years and a half. Everybody come a year and that after. Young woman, and she died. And my dad died when I was just 13 years and 6 months. So you tell me now, I am a 13-year-old child. I call them child 13-year-old baby. Little kid, growing. Start work already before I even reached that age. I start work from I was 11 years. And mark you, when you find yourself that you young and have no one, everybody want to use you to be the house help. And before my dad died, he went to England. Wonderful man of God. He was a deacon. He went to England and he take care of us. Auntie Dynamic, I tell you something, you both of you, there, everybody that's listening. That man, when he went to England, he treat us like we are queen. Nobody would know that we are poor person, kids. Grow how we grow that time, going to school. We're going to wear shoes and socks. We go dressed in the best uniform and everything. So you can imagine when he died now. Before he died, I started to work. He came back from England because I went over there, working all drop off a 6-story building and everything. And things happened that, and he always say, going to come out, let us see him before he died. So we know on our own now, before he died, we don't know what to do. We have to, before he died, he gets so sick. I have to go to my cousin all the way down from St. Andrews to St. Mary. And when I don't have bus fare to take bus, I have to walk to a place they call Grass Piece. It was a big road around there, but in the country they have things, hurricane come and bad road get bad. We go through the shortest part because it was like 3 of us young girls from the district, but they have their parents and everything. But I started to work even before them. Rain or shine, I have to run down some miles and miles. You know, I catch that part when I jump up that lady walk how much miles. But I tell you something, miles and miles we have to walk. I don't know the amount of miles. I don't think it's so much like run, maybe it can be, but we have to walk that amount of miles. Every day I walk that amount of miles from Monday to Friday to go and work. Go and do domestic work. Work and domestic work is not no work for nobody look down on, because every work is a work for us to find a penny that I don't have to go let my body do like what I see the other young one them doing. I decide I'm going to live and nobody going to touch me. I grow in the church and I live that decent life, and I come like I don't get no childhood. I hear when you were talking about how some people don't get no growth. It's true. I don't get that growing up. I don't get that love that I supposed to get. Because mom died, father died, he was our world and he died. But one thing I can tell you, even though we were so young, he taught us valuable messages. Even how to sit down when you go and sit down. We couldn't go just drop down on our bottom like that. We have to take our hand and put down smooth down your skirt, your back of your clothes, and you sit down. That's when you get up, everything. Look, if we sit and as children, you will put your foot wide. He said, come on, close your legs up. Any little thing that is things that decency shows. He even taught us about if you grow up, and when we are kids, we're little kids. I'm 13. The next one is 11 plus. The other one is just gone in not even 15 yet. You understand? And then he taught us when you grow up, even in the world of this wicked time, he said to us, he said, there will be men out there want you. If you don't love the man, don't take the man. If you if you love the man and the man want a relationship with you, you give him time, you watch him. But when you're young and so you have time to watch anybody, if you have you don't want nobody, cause you don't want nobody
Right.
come mess with you. But
So
if you
Mother
fall in love,
Wilby, let me ask you,
yes,
how has it changed your life now? Your
it
humble
changed me
beginning. How
mhm,
go ahead.
tremendously. That life that I've been through, let me be the person I am today. Respectful and learn to love and so. But at that same time, my own life, that person that just, I think it's Sister Dana, that just go and say, you lack of that amount of maturity going on that when you find many time I have a childlike time even growing up the young people them used to gravitate to me because I find myself in the circle with them and I could talk to them even when I get saved I could talk to them and I could before I even been a youth minister I could talk to them and sit with them but at that time you of yourself when you teach them and you show them and you help them and they thank you when you go in your corner by yourself, I can tell you it's a lonely corner because you don't get that amount of love, and that amount of. He taught us to love and everything, but like sometimes you see some parents, your friend parents, they're hugging them and giving them, showing them love. You sit down and the tears running because you don't get that. I never have no time to grow up as a teenager. I have a time. I just jump in adulthood. Because Mark, you, my first child I have her when I was just 16 years of age. So I jump into that adult life before there is nobody to help you. You have to work on mind yourself. You have to work on clothe yourself. You have to work on feed yourself, and then you looking for somebody to love you and I say maybe that is the reason why I get myself married to a person could have been my father 14 years older than me but I was wrong. Every man I hear the one that the sister talk about that was a gentleman but it's not all of them is a gentleman. Some you them they look and see your need and it's not like you hacking childish or nothing. You grown up now when you understand what the world is like. But there's a void in you. There's a void in
There
you.
is
You're in
indeed a
that
void.
I would to
You got
God.
30 seconds to go, Mama.
I would to God.
Yes.
My mom and my dad was alive to. I know about so much. The warmth of a hug.
Yes.
The warmth,
Yes.
Yes,
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Mother Wilby, for sharing your
yes.
story and keep it locked. All right.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
very
Thank
much,
you.
Mama. Keep it locked. Wow. Amazing.
Boy, these stories are so heartwarming. They're very deep, very, very deep, very, very deep. My
And
God.
I tell, and I'll go back to my notes that your story matters, your feeling matters. Age does not, age does not have anything to do with your feeling. These aren't like Mother Wilby. She is over 70 years old. Donna, I think, is over 50-year old. And I'm sure if we have other person younger calling, it's basically the same feeling. As a child, the thing that you lost, the thing that disturbed your childhood will affect you, will come back, and a caller, please call back, will come back and affect you. Um, you do have a choice, right? You do have a choice if you can take the interruption of your childhood to make it positive, right? As an adult. And that is what most of us have chose to do, not to get stuck there where it got to our head. You know what I mean, Rosie? But
Right.
we chose to make it positive. Over to you, Rosie.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of things that I can, as I tell you, my childhood, I remember almost everything. I don't remember everything, but most of the things that happened to me personally, I remember. I remember when my aunt went overseas and she left me with this lady. No, that was my worst nightmare.
Oh God.
She's not a relative. Um, she treated me really, really bad.
Jeez.
She treated me really, really bad. And God has allowed me, you know, I went to my aunt's house in Miami, and it so happened that the same lady called my aunt's phone. I'm not saying this to let anybody feel bad, but she does not have a child, a particular woman. She don't have a child.
Right.
I remember, Auntie Donna, when I was going primary school, I was in grade 6. Children.
Yeah.
Children want to play. They want to have fun.
Mhm.
So when after extra lessons, I would be there playing Chinese skip and dandy shandy. And sometimes I would go home late. And you know what that woman did to me, Auntie Donna? Put me on buckle stopper to kneel down. I'll never forget it.
God.
Yeah. She put me on buckle stopper to kneel down more than once. But I did not have a choice at the time, because I live with her. And she really treated me bad. She did. And I remember when she called and my auntie was like,
Did it
talk to her.
were you feisty? You did bad? Let me ask.
Me
Cause
never, me never really bad, but
sometimes maybe I will mouth get we in a trouble.
no, it's just that I like to play. I feel more comfortable being out there with my friends playing than because when you're home, there's no children there to play with. She on the other hand is like I don't want to go down there. But it's not somebody you can speak to. You
Right.
understand me? So I feel more comfortable playing. To at one point, my father didn't live far from there either. He lived with my stepmother, and she was another episode, the stepmother.
Wow.
So I remember one of the days after I was at extra lesson and I was there playing Chinese skip. Some student hid my bag and I couldn't find my bag. I had to go home without the bag. I get a proper beating from my father.
God. Let me see.
Yeah,
Let me see, guys. If you have ever gotten beaten, flogged, and murderation, cause some of them beating you, you class them, some of them beating you, murderation, So let me see.
yeah,
Got beaten growing up. We can put up my hand. We used to get some murderation. Yeah.
I get it. Yes. And let me tell you something. I beat my kids. I beat my kids.
Here we
If
go.
you
It's called.
yes.
Good afternoon and welcome.
Hi, Sister Dana.
Hello, my friend.
How you doing?
I am
Sister
gooder.
Rosie.
Yay.
Time.
All right. This is going to be a good story. All right. Go ahead. Tell us your childhood experience and your humble beginnings and how it has affected your life now.
My childhood. No, you remember first time,
Turn the device down if you're listening to it.
Yeah, first, my humble beginning now. My mother used to have a piece of lease land. So the lease land now, you have to build a little house and thing. So after building our house, we never have no water, but we have a standpipe. So you have two jump in the yard. We have to full that before. You have to keep the water. Remember, say you have to keep filling the drum. So when you got a standpipe now, somebody
Where was
could
this?
have a
In the
line.
country? Was this in the rural area?
No, man, in a Kingston, man, Kingston 13.
Okay.
Yes, so when you got a standpipe now, as a line because of the people there. So some people come behind you and want full before you, so you have to push zinc, the tinning pan them with the oil used to come here.
Yes.
You don't know that. When you squeeze up that, you have your bucket. So fight and standpipe and thing, for full of water. So that is a drama, you know. And the other part now, sometimes the house a leak when rain fall. So you probably, the peel in the house, probably don't know when you peel. So you have to set the peel, you have to set everything to catch water, full up the mattress.
Wow.
Because you can't afford to make the mattress soak, you know.
Wow.
So these kids nowadays, we have the privilege, them have one roof, them come out of them bedroom, them going to the bathroom, from the bathroom, and going to the kitchen, and thing. We have to go full water and all them things. So there's a lot of things. The privilege with them live them. That's why some of them behave like that.
Let me ask you this though, for when you know how you grew up struggling on all of that, did that push you to want a better life for yourself and your children?
You know what pushed me? My mother was an Igla, you know.
Okay.
My mother used to sell.
Yes.
So my mother is like, my father was a sickly man. So my mother is like a single woman.
Right.
Well, so she used to go Carnation Market and buy her thing because she's an Igla. I hear her beside Carnation Market with named Gracia. That's where the country people them come.
Right.
So she would go Carnation Market first, buy some goods, then go Gracia and buy some goods, and then she sell down by Chancellian.
Okay.
That was where the studio was. That was where Randy's studio. That was one of the only studios in the island that time, the popular studio. And Bob and Peter touch all them people that used to come up by the studio.
Okay.
So my mother now used to have one basket on her head and one bag underneath her arm and the other basket. So she carried the head of something, the two and occupy. And she walked from Gracia. Gracia is on Spanish Town Road. And go around by West Parade. That's where by Salvation Army Church.
Yes.
And thing. So me was the second one, the three boy pick me, you know. So me had the second one. So me had the handbag. So me have to did it with her. So with my thing now, she go a grass yard, and when she buy a hamper, you know what a hamper is?
With two sides?
No, the country people have the hamper where them put on the donkey.
Yes.
The hamper is something like the country people use. Them put it on the donkey. So when some of them come in now, like mango time, them just fully hamper and just carry it on the truck. So my mother now will buy a hamper, like for 2 and 6. And when she come now, she said, listen, I pay 2 and 6 for this, you know. So when you sell the first 2 and 6, you have free money. So me always have, I have to hustle your lunch money, you know.
Yeah.
At daytime. So it gives me a motivation. So when me get my kids now, me understand. So me always I show them, say, listen, on an easy road, you know. You look, you have roof when the rain fall, you know, get your bed now, your mattress now wet up. And thing.
But
so that's why
did the way you provide for them affect their lives and how are they treated, you know? Because I don't think this privilege thing work.
No, it works in a sense, you know, when you push them and you see them come out to something because them go have a mind of them own, you know. You only want to get them over that bump because everybody will have a mind of them own. The thing about it, where the privilege must stop, you must just give them the basic education. And then for go there and work for elevate themselves. But some of we now decide so them we want to carry them right to them all 30, 40, you still want to stretch out for them. That's where that's where the privilege breakdown.
Got you.
You know?
Got you.
So you have to remember the hard time and make them know, say, yo, it's not so easy. I mean, you used to have a daughter, you know, when you talk to her, she just slam the door. Just go in and slam her door. We never have door for slam. Me just take off the inches off of the door. I lean it up. So no privacy in there. So anytime you walk past her room, you can see her. You know?
Wow.
But we grew up, we never really, we grew up rough, you know, and tough, you know, and all eat tonka meal. Where them used to, where people turn the dog, you know, I don't know if you ever eat tonka meal. You know, when you sit by your table and believe, say, and a rice and peas and chicken, a tonka meal and saltfish. Your mother say, well, if that me have, you know, if you want to provide, you won't go on, but at that, you just drink the tonka meal and drink some water and go to your bed.
Right.
You know, but there was a lady where every Sunday you have to go to church. 10 o'clock service, you have to go. I will pray that she not get up and come 12 o'clock. If you stay at 12 o'clock, you have to wait till 2 o'clock. If she in a good mood, you go back to church 7 o'clock. But that was the kind of motivation she have, you know. She have it
changed who you are as an individual to this day.
Yes. So I just learn to appreciate simple things, you know. You know, and at either you can reach it, and you just give thanks for simple things.
I agree. Totally agree.
Yes.
Thank you. Do you have another story, or that's your contribution? Appreciate
No,
it.
you talk about discipline. My mother used to have, anytime she go to the garage, she get all the fan belt from the car, all the hose. And she keep her instrument on top of the wardrobe because she's a very tall woman. And a 3 boy picnic, she had discipline. And I when she hold you, and she stretch up there, sir, a trouble, man.
Oh, wow.
So, I will call now, what you calling now? Child abuse?
Child abuse.
Abuse. A
And
murder.
children rights.
Murderation then.
Yes, when she deal with you, just get it, you know? And my little piece then, Sister Rosie, along for stay there, you know?
Blessings, man. Soon.
Hello?
Soon.
You're not going to hear her here, but she says soon.
Okay,
Yes.
bless up, my sis.
All right, blessing. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
All
Cool.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. What a night. Oh, what a night.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah. And when he was talking about the bed and the peel and stuff, it brought me right back to the home sweet home lamp. Because if you ever break the shade, you know,
Jesus.
dog eat your supper. Yeah. Not everybody had electricity back then. And I'm talking in the 70s, coming up to 80s. Yeah, the 70s. Yeah. Home sweet home lamp.
Right.
That was the light.
Yes.
That was the electricity, and it have a shine. So you try to make it slip and drop.
That is so true. Man, I tell you, the time where that we grew up in, it was, and who we have become as adults, it really shows where we came from. All right, wow, 2 persons calling at the same time. Let's get this one first. Good afternoon. Hello. Hello. Good afternoon. Hello.
Auntie Dana.
Yes, kindly hold. Good
Me
afternoon.
again, but I remember what you said.
Wait, Mother Wilby. Let me call me back. Call me back, Mother Wilby. We have another call on the other line.
All right.
All right, thanks.
Okay.
Caller, good afternoon.
Auntie Dana. Good night.
John.
No, John voice.
Remember John?
Long time for real, man. Long time.
All right, man. Come on. The men are calling
always
in.
listening,
Yes.
Always listening, you know. Hello, my beautiful queen. How you do?
I'm blessed.
So tell us about your humble beginning and your childhood experience and how it has shaped or changed your life now.
Well, my humble beginning started from Portland, where I was born. I used to have to wake up like 4 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning with my grandfather, carry my grandmother, go put on market truck or market bus to go Kingston go sell. And that was a horrific moment because every early morning you have to wake up when the bus start blow up on place them call White and Side. Grandma get up and say, come up a road, and we have to carry the load up a road and help her upon the truck before they, she leave off the market. And, chance from there, it was a rough growing up because my grandmother has a shop, and we have to make sure say everything properly done before we even can do anything else. But growing up, I was a rebellious child, so I was stubborn, love Flintstone, get a whole heap of beating. Me get. Live a riverside most of the days, take out grandma chicken back and flour and go on the riverside and cook with my friend them. My grandfather, my grandmother now decides she going to send me go St. Andrew, where my great-grandfather is, which is my father-grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
Going to St. Andrew, my whole dream, realized leaving Portland, going up there. Living in Portland, I was living in paradise. St. Andrew wasn't so. Because leaving from the house to school is a very treacherous walk.
Let me ask you, can I ask where in St. Andrew?
St. Andrew is up Blue Mountain Peak. Blue Mountain
Peak.
The
Blue Mountain Peak, that side. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. We call up there Mavis Bank, Robertsfield,
Then up there, some me attack, man. Me used to go up there too, That's me just see. And they have the mountains are made of a particular kind of, it's not dirt, it's slidey, like rock, right?
Yeah.
And when that thing come down on the road, it is. So I know how far you'd have to walk, Master. You could have stayed over one side and look over the other side and see your yard.
Exactly.
Oh,
you know exactly what you're talking about. So, going to school in the morning, our grandfather wake me up early. And this was my first experience. And my grandfather was a farmer at the time. He plants scallion, thyme, sweet pepper, everything.
I'm smelling that now.
We had to weed out scallion bed before we go to school, And we have to go cut grass and the cow. And we have to milk the cow, make sure we get the milk before we have to leave out. Or we have to just grab the fried dumpling and a cup of mint tea and turn up the hill. Sometimes we're not even be able to go to school because there's no time to be it. And coming back, that same thing all over again. We have to make sure so we finish, weed up the thyme bed, mold the scallion, mold the thyme, spray the pepper, get all of these things together. Now, on Friday evening, we have to take like sour sap and bungla scallion to a lady named Miss Persha, way up the hill. And Miss Persha can go market herself for her grandfather. Now, when my grandfather packed that box and gave me, so long as we have sour sap in it, I stop right and eat the sour sap in Miss Persha and I get it. So long as we have so I'm always willing to carry the sour sap, to carry the box, to carry the box to Miss Persha because I know me stop mind out the sour sap. So when my grandfather realized they made the sour sap, he started give me the sour sap ripe and give me green.
I swear, that one funny. We gotta laugh. I'm sorry. That one funny.
Yeah. No, I share something and a joke. And Saturdays we have to go look good. So we have to pack the kitchen flowered. So the girl child.
Wait a second, John. Let me set this up a little bit. Let me so that for those who don't have the vision. What age were you at this time? At what age? Because the age does matter.
I was about 13.
13 years old. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I was about 13. 12, 13. And it we have to go to the bush on Saturdays to look wood, bungalow food to fill up that kitchen. Else now we can't play marble, we can't play a gig, we can't go to the river. Right? And after that finish, we have Bible study in the evening. And Sunday morning, every jackman at the house have to wake up and come in the living room, come kneel and pray because grandfather was a minister and grandfather take check. And we have to go to church on Sunday. Now for me, it was a pleasure for me to go to church on Sunday. Because one of our family members be a pudding. I mean, I always going to meet Miss B, Miss B pudding pan because I have to get a slice of the pudding after church in the evening. And a glass of our ginger wine. what they call ginger beer, you know. So growing up, learning to respect God is a humble beginning for me.
Mm-hmm.
Although I said I was a rebellious child, but me love things too and I love fight. Me not back from no fight, you know. But if you don't stand up for yourself, then people take advantage of you. That's how we grew up because me never have a big brother ever fight for me. He just my cousin.
Right.
So we have a fight for each other,
Right.
you know. And I remember this particular day I play football and buck my toe. So you know the toenail come out. Can't wear shoes. So I have to go to school barefoot. My grandfather said, well, shoes are not shoes, you're going to school. I go to school. And of course, in a devotion line, big boy look around and realize the toe bandaged up, big boy step on your toe. And it never go good. You know, your toe injury, you know, and a nail upon it. So, you know, so you can't wear the shoes. And big boy step on my toe. And I tell you, so the evening, I pack some stone in my school bag and lay with him. And believe you me, he get about a dozen ground guard, you know. And I head for home because he have to pass my gate to go home. So him and his mother and his father come over the house now, so I bust him head with stone. So my grandfather said, no, him not go bust him head. So what did you do to him? Because you must have provoked him.
Nice.
Because him not going to get up and fling stone and you just like that. What did you do? Grandfather said, the guy said, I step on him toe, sir. He said, didn't you say this toe was injured? Yes, sir. The grandfather hold him and give him another piece of beating. And remember, there's nothing he or she could have done about it. Because that's how disciplined they were in those times.
Yes. So how has that changed your life in this time? What has changed you and how you raise your children?
And you know, to be honest with you, I'm gonna say this before I answer you. I remember four of us kneeling down play marble one evening. And my grandfather come catch us. And my grandfather hold me up on my heels and said, look, three is a company. No, two is a company, three is a crowd. Come go home. And the same evening while I was walking home, there's a police jeep pass and pick up the three guys I was with playing marble.
Wow.
And didn't know that they broke somebody's shop the night before and I was with them. If it wasn't for my grandfather then, would I get caught in the middle of that too?
Wow.
So it teach me a lesson to, I don't like friend and company. I don't like company. And I try to grow my kids the same way that I was taught growing up back then. Discipline, principle, be independent. And I would say to my kids, look, let the TV be your best friend at home. You know?
Amazing.
But it teach me one thing. It teaches me to respect God and it teaches me to humble. Whatever I have in my own little corner, whatever I provided for me, I learn to satisfy and humble faith. I don't grudge a man for what I have outside. And I try to teach my things these kind of upbringings that I have.
Wow.
You know?
Awesome.
One of my daughter would always say, Daddy, when Daddy look upon you, he's up on a harbor, you know what it means. So we not take check.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for adding to tonight's broadcast. God bless you. Thank you, John. Keep it locked. All right.
Thank you.
Cool.
Bless you.
I tell you, there's so much ideas going in my head while listening to these stories. I wish we have more time to hear everybody's story. Because the more we hear our story, each other's story, we realize that we're not too far apart.
Not at all. Not at all.
Ever sit down and talk about the life like our friend that called earlier on where mother used to sell, and I am like, when you see people with their things, never,
Exactly.
you don't know
The
the life
struggles.
that they lived for them to have what they have or go through what they go through. And I like what John said, him no jealous of nobody, envy nobody, you don't have, he doesn't have any of that. Go ahead.
Exactly.
This is
Yeah, and it teaches you to be humble. Well, it should. It should teach you to be humble because the mere fact that you're coming from a particular place and you reach to a particular place now, it's just, you really should be saying, thank you, Lord, for what you have done. Thank you for where I am now. Not to look down on people because you were very much there. Some people don't like to remember their past, Auntie
no,
Donna.
yeah, yeah. So what is the difference with us and them though? What is the difference? Because you hear everybody that called, Rhonda that called, um, you know, she shared the same value. I don't spoil my boys. I can tell you this, that one day, as it regards to shoes, and I do the school supplies things and the back to school thing, and I have never taken any of the bags that was donated to give my child. Never, because of fear that somebody would donate a bag and they saw see one of my child carrying it, and then they would say, see, she a take the bag them and a gear picnic them. I can't imagine if she a gear picnic them, that mean that she a give other people it. So my children was never privileged that way. um Shoes and stuff. So one of them, I happened to be look underneath the bottom of this boy's shoes, Rosie, and a beg bread. There was a hole underneath the size him shoes like this. It was there. I'ma said to him, "Oh, mommy, I didn't. The rest of the shoes is good. It's just this part. I could wear it. I have socks. I could put a piece of cardboard in it."
Yes.
And I'm saying, I don't know if because we talk about, we don't hype on things, we don't act privileged. My children, my boys don't come out that way. At least, they don't come out that way, because we teach them, Carla and I, we teach them that not because it may look a certain way, we have to be humbled. Like sleeping at the airport, there were times when I let sleeping at the airport or be a thing. It's comfortable not to sit if the chairs are occupied. I don't let them whine to sit on a chair. We together collectively go and find a corner, and the whole we sit on in a one corner. We didn't think that we were privileged, that and that is all. Those are some of the principle that I raise up these boys. You understand?
Hmm.
I didn't, and not because I didn't get it. One thing I think I did though, I always drive them to school. I had this fear, and it was my fear, that of the kidnapping thing.
Hmm.
I had that fear growing up. Yeah, I did have that fear growing up, that somebody's gonna drive down in our van and grab the kids them and take them away. I had that fear growing up. So I always take them to school in the morning, pick them up, take them until they were grown and able to do it in high school, that I didn't have to do that. You know? So the humble beginning for me, I try to, my children don't think them privileged. And if
Yeah,
they need something to this day, Rosie, they don't even come and ask for us. They try to work and get it themselves.
yeah, but that's what you should instill, values.
Yes.
Values. And as John was saying, when his grandfather beat him, let me tell you something. Back in the days, it was a village that raised kids. Nowadays, you can't beat nobody child. They gang upon you and
Hard.
all
It's
kind of things happen.
hard all.
Yeah, and that is why a lot of our young people are so indisciplined. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
A lot of them are so indisciplined because nobody can speak to them, nobody else apart from their parent. If their parent will speak to them and or tell them that they are wrong, because in some parents, everything they do is right,
Right.
even when they are in the wrong. But I am truly grateful to God for the experiences. I have to share this one.
Yeah.
When I was going to Ocho High School, things were so rough. When
Wow.
I tell you rough, it's rough, more than Rambo, but than Commando. So my But I don't know for those persons in the Caribbean, they have this soap. They call it the dirty girl. That's what they call it.
That's
It's a big soap that they cut up
right,
in blocks.
right.
And it's brown and beige or blue and beige, that big soap.
Mm-hmm.
So she now gave my brother and I black soap, dirty girl, to go and sell at the market. No, I, Rosie, can't afford to my classmates see me selling no dirty girl soap.
We have the same story.
Auntie Donna, my brother was at the clock. We were at the clock in Senance Bay, and he had the box with the soap. I said, well, nobody don't know you, but they know me because it's high school, and the devil may just send one of my schoolmates or classmate right there to see me selling. So I stay 1 mile from the box. I will do the collecting, but I don't stay near the box. I didn't like those stuff. So I always said to my kids, some of you should be done coronation selling scallion, and then you would see what life is all about because they feel too entitled. They really feel entitled. You understand? I didn't like the selling thing. That's not my thing.
Well, everybody should know right now. Send me a market gal. You know what I mean? We didn't have any options, and um, my mother did the same thing, but I never have any choice, Rosie. As the older girl, you got to do it. But one thing I know, I was smart because I did like you. I didn't go to Old Harbor Market. I went to Maypen Market instead.
Um,
And then I sell the okra them at the gates of Maypen Market.
mhm.
There was a time when we used to make the bag, the brown bag, boil up the flour to make the paste, and I took those to Coronation Market and sell those. Because there wasn't any other way. The father was were never in the picture. And I see to this day why I love to sell. I'm a real estate agent. When my first job out of school is selling casket, I love to sell because those times teach me
Um,
interact with people, to teach me how to communicate with people, and it follows us, right? Of course, you are a police officer. It follows us. Those principles, as much as it is hard and we didn't want to do it, it brings us into adulthood where now, talking to
mhm.
three persons is no problem.
True.
Interacting with people easily because me like, lady okra, lady come by a dozen okra now, and me say, lady come by, and me and my sister are race. I mean, always I sell off the okra them before she and go around they go help fair because it's two of us. So she take the front gate, me take the back gate. You understand?
Yeah, yeah.
That real Chinese them time they know. Me no want she stand up beside me and take my seal. Me say, girl, you got a spot there, me the other spot here. You understand? But
Mhm.
for me, I can see how it has shaped my life, those humble beginnings. The problem, good afternoon, cousin Denise. The problem with persons and their story, Rosie, is that they have not make peace with their stories. They have not make peace with their past, so they cannot share it. They're still a
Yeah.
prisoner or slave to their past. They're
Maybe they're just ashamed of what they used to do, but for me, I will never be ashamed of where I'm coming from or the things I used to do
yeah,
because I am not there. I'm not living there anymore. You
no,
understand? And I am a motivation to others who might have been or are still in situations that I have been in.
story does.
Yes, and this is how I help people. And even as a police officer, when I go to assignments and you're talking to people who might have situation, domestic disputes, you say to them, look, if you want to come out of this, this is what you have to do. I was there. And when you say you were there, I say, yes, I was there. And this is how they look at you in a positive light. So you must know what kind of message you are instilling in persons, because your testimony helps people.
All the
You
time.
know, yeah, it's true. When I see you in a uniform as police officer, then think say you're some robocop or something, you're not human. So
Yeah.
when you really get down to earth with them and say, look, this is what I used to do. This is where I am now. And you share it, man, and you encourage somebody. The world of a difference that makes in somebody's life.
I believe that.
Yeah, so you should never be afraid to share your testimony, because you don't know who you're helping.
You know,
And so I'm happy for this topic.
share, keep
Really
talking.
happy for
I go
it.
to the magazine and share something. Keep talking. I thought that
Yeah, I'm really happy for this topic because I get a chance to really say what I really want to say about my humble beginnings. I didn't born with any gold spoon in my mouth. Some people born with gold spoon in their mouth, and so they cannot even really identify with what we are saying. I have a friend, she's the one that has my daughter. When if you I tell her that we have to do a collaborative um broadcast to say where we're coming from. I went back to the country because she lives here now,
yeah.
and the house that she used to live, it is not demolished, but it rot,
Hmm.
completely rotten out. And I took a picture of it and sent
Wow.
to her, and she cried.
Oh gosh.
She cried and she said, "You don't know how much
My
I
God.
cherish this picture, because it's where I'm coming from, and I give God thanks for where I'm at now." So, people, brothers, sisters, men, women, don't look down on people because they are not where you are yet, and give God thanks for where you are. Because if it wasn't for God's grace and mercy, and let me tell you something, some of us make some serious sacrifices in order to be where we are.
Come
Some
on.
of us make bad choices.
Yeah.
You understand? But not that you make the bad choices, it can't be corrected. But some people make some serious, serious sacrifices, take some chances in life to achieve what they achieve. So when you see people, don't grudge people because you don't know
Don't
where
know.
they're
Really
coming from.
and truly don't know. And I want to share this story
Yeah.
because um oh well just a testimony to let you know that some things just does not leave us, right? Now, growing up, I'm from a single mother. My mother had five of us at the time, and we could not afford the basic thing, Rosie. When I say basic, meaning the basic thing, I didn't know what it is to go to a gynecologist as a teenager. I didn't know what it is to go to pediatrician. I didn't know what it is to go to
I didn't know your names.
I didn't know what it is to do the dentist thing, and we can identify persons who are going through those same challenges now. And so I remember that when we were in living in Old Harbor, because we left Kingston, I'm a Kingston 13 girl, and went to Old Harbor. We could not afford. I used to go to the library on Spanish Town Road. There was a library on Spanish Town Road across from Maypen Cemetery. When I was in Kingston, I could go to that library. Now we migrated and we went to Old Harbor and didn't know where library is. A country we're there. We don't have access, right? So books and stuff was not accessible to me, and I love to read. So what I would do when I go to school, there was a pharmacy across the street, and they would throw out their magazine, and that is how I got my books. Period. I didn't get people used to have their Hardy Boys, their Nancy Drew, and all of that. Auntie Donna didn't have those, so I am not familiar with those characters in those stories because I didn't have access to those books. But what I had access to was the magazines from the stores, the Cosmopolitan, and they were big like this. They were nice book, and at the back of the books there were books in the book, like lovely stories, and that's how I would read. Now, I share that story to tell you that that had not left me because recently I was in Paris, right? And I think I don't remember where I was, but I saw this magazine and I grabbed it. No, it's a Pour vous aimer magazine. And no, from Paris vous, like Paris vous aimer magazine. So it must be a magazine from Paris, right? So in my mind, there is no English in this book, right? So why you take it, Donna? You can't read French like that. So leave the people them book. You're not a French, right? You're not France. Oh, hi Bardo Hill. Good afternoon. But I grab it because it's my nature. If it's
Mm-hmm.
me, I go grab it, right? That is my childhood. That is my childhood because I grab magazine and read magazine as a childhood. Now I came from Paris more than a month ago and I put it down because what am I gonna read it for? It does not have, I did not open the book until 1 hour before this broadcast. I needed something to, I said, let me browse around. Lo and behold, Rosie, when I go through the book, there is an English version in there too. And let me tell you something, women and moral justice in English, but it's over here in French.
Mm-hmm.
And the pieces, the articles, they are so profound and deep. This magazine is going to stay with me for a very, very long time because there's so much in it that I want to learn. My point in sharing this is saying this, that what if I did not used to pick up magazine I road and I saw this and I left it? You know what I mean? I would not get this wealth of information from it. So our childhood, as much as some of us may have, we don't have our mother to give us that motherly attention, but what God is, find another mother to replace a mother, right?
Mm-hmm.
Father to replace a father, a friend to, because you didn't have friends when you're growing up, and you get a good friend. And that is what our story is and what today is really and truly about. Over to you, Rosie. I just thought
That's true. That's true. I mean, and as we said, children live what they learn, and you have to be very careful what you instill in your children. I must share this. My eldest daughter, um, she when she was going to primary school, she's about grade 4. She know that I don't put up with foolishness. So you didn't even finish playing the clip, but certain things Rosie don't play.
right.
I don't in no sleepover. Whoever parents want to do, whichever parents want to do that, can do
I
that.
never have that.
Rosie don't in no sleepover over nowhere.
Mm-mm.
Secondly, dress appropriately. You understand me? You're under my roof. I mean, when you pass 18, you choose to do what you want. But certain principles I instill in my kids.
Yes.
You understand? So she was at FET at school. So in the auditorium, they pay to go in and they would dance because the music is there and all of that. So when she came home, she said, I was afraid to dance. So I said, why? Because she think I'm peeping on her through a hole.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes. She said she thought I was peeping on her through a hole. So
Wow.
she was afraid to dance. And it's not that I bully my kids, but I let them know what I stand for. And as parents, you have to know what you stand for. Because
Absolutely.
if you stand for nothing, you will fall for anything, and everything goes.
So
You
true.
understand me? So I will say I had some positive role models around me growing up.
Yes.
Not really around me directly, but there are persons who I looked up to growing up, and I tried to gravitate to the good things. You understand? I wasn't a perfect child,
Mhm.
but I am happy the way I grew up. I got a little of this and a little of that. And I will always say I am grateful for where I am now,
Yes.
And looking back, I am truly grateful. To God be the glory, great things He has done. I live to pass the worst, and I live to see my children pass the worst as well. And
Amen.
anybody who I can help along the way, even by a kind word,
Yes.
just a kind word to somebody can
Amen.
make a world of a difference.
Amen.
Never look down on anyone because today you might be here
And
and
to
tomorrow you're elsewhere.
that
Even past you who were looking down. I don't look down on people.
right.
You understand me? Because I know where I'm coming from. And I know people look down on me. I remember even when my parents didn't have, my mother never have it, and she used to send me go to a shop to trust the chicken back. When the shopkeeper see me coming, she know.
Yeah, trust
For
that.
those who don't know what trust is, it's credit because you never have money yet.
My God.
And she would make up her face and carry on. But look at me today. Yes.
My
And
God.
maybe she's still at the same shop.
Yeah. But
You understand?
and that is why you see some of us, we have to be careful what we say to children, what we say
Yes.
to people, because we never know that child may to come out. And I would hate to be on the wrong end of a testimony. Like you did say that about the lady picnic and look on her now. I
Mhm.
don't want to be on the wrong end of anybody's testimony.
Yeah.
I want to be on the end where you could say, like Donna love to say, that this lady take care of her. We have so much rams in the bush, and you could say that. And you know we just, as we grow, we have to be mindful of the things that we say to children.
Yeah, because they don't forget. They don't forget.
Don't forget. Listen to me. I was in unit. I remember we live in a 8 Unity Lane, Kingston 13. The mango tree, they right one at the front. Them did have something that I must go to 8 Unity Lane when I go back to Jamaica. And it's a tenement yard, Rosie. And there was this lady. My mother is the one who have the Wolipa picnic them, even though them did have Wolipa picnic. But my mother was always out, and we was just Lego bees in the yard, right? I don't know if you understand them terms there.
Yes, I do.
Parents not there, you're not going to sit down in another room. We are going to run, yeah, there for run up and down, play dandy and the baseball, don't it? Hide and
Mhm.
seek and all of those things. And let me tell you something, Rosie. Me got here. Remember this particular, and I have never forgotten it. I don't think I was 10-year old at that time. So I must be younger than 10. And I remember this lady. She was a dressmaker. She sews, and them kind of better off than we. Everybody did better off than we, as a matter of fact. And she has her children, and she said to her children, "Oh no, come in and stop playing with Polly Cranky behind them." I never forgot that word.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Polly is my mother, of course, and she said, "Oh no, come in and not play." So persons didn't want their children to even associate with us because we were that poor.
My God.
People didn't want their children and to play with us because we were poor. We didn't have the new this, we didn't have the new that. And some of these things follow us into adulthood when and it could be not that people don't want to play with you, but it's at the back of your mind say people don't want to play with you understand what I'm saying?
And you remember that word?
I've never forgotten that. I've never
Okay.
forgotten that line. uh you know don't play with Polly concubine them. And our children had to go in and didn't play with us. And that's why when I told you that we used to watch go their window to watch TV, because everybody have TV, so we have to sit down at the door or stand up at the window and a peep in and I watch TV through the grill or something. And
Mhm.
me grew up, I'm gonna say, oh me, think when I come, me now come live them way there, and I make, I purpose in my mind that I don't I nobody not going to run me for them yard. Somebody run me from them yard recently, but I saw the thing set. So the thing set. You understand? But yeah, so as you know, to God be the glory. Me did have a yard for go. When you run me from your yard, me did have my yard for go too. You know?
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that motivated me
Yes.
to achieve, because I see my mother moving from yard to yard, yard to yard, rent to rent,
Yeah.
and peer problem
Yes.
with landlord and landlady. Oh my God.
Mhm.
I've seen it all.
Yeah.
Landlord put we out in the cold in money,
Right.
put we out, nowhere to go. Listen to me, I've been there, done that. And so as a result of that, I made up in my mind from earlier that said, me,
Right.
I have to go this direction. And let me tell you, I don't know how many young people on here,
Right.
but they have this thing to say wherever wherever community you're from or whatever, you have to do what the Romans do. You don't have to do what no Romans do. You have a choice.
The choice.
You have a choice, because one of the, I won't call the name, one of the places that I used to live, m- next door, they have this place over there where they smoke the marijuana, they sniff the coke. I could have been involved in that.
Well, we have another call coming in. Oh Lord, they're not gonna let us leave. Good afternoon and welcome. Hello? Hello? Caller? Oh, yeah, they call back caller because I don't know what happened there. Callers, call back. Yeah, go ahead, Rosie.
Yeah, you don't have to be involved. What you need to do, make up in your mind what is it that you want out of life
That is
and work towards that. As
continue,
simple as that. It's a choice.
continue to work.
Yeah, it's a choice.
And if you
You
get put
can,
down,
I remember also even the same community that I'm telling you about. As a young person growing up,
afternoon.
the call coming in.
Good
Hello?
afternoon. Yes, I'm here.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, I want to give. I'm so sorry. I want to give a little piece before just a little piece. I listen. I said this program is awesome. This is very awesome, and I thank God for it as a bring. And when I hear Rosie say she thank God for God, I was just saying the same thing. Thank God for Calvary. Because of God, God brought us out all right. You know, I hear Rosie talk some things, and you Auntie Dana talk, and everybody, you and Auntie Dana and the young man before you. I find out there is so much things we all have in common in things going on. But one thing, even though I grew without any parent at all and start working from 11 years before my dad even died, I work my butt off saying that when my kids come, don't care how it is, I'm going to give them a better life than what I have. And I try my best to give them better than me. I couldn't give them much, but I give them better than what I grew up with. And thank God for a program like this to remind me everybody out there have a story and every
Yes.
one of us have something joined on to each other. So God bless you, both of you, for the program tonight. And
Bless
I
you.
know it soft my heart. And I know I am a full grown up, but even though you have the little childish something where you want to think, but I know that God make it all for me because He's in control. So God bless the both of you tonight, and may you continue to do what you're doing. God bless you all.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you
Good.
very much, Mother. That was beautiful. God bless you.
Amen. Amen. Amen to that. To God be the glory. Great
We'll continue
things.
shows like these because I think our audience loved it. Like Varilyn, Sweetness, Wholeness. I think that lady have a lot of story. So I think let's see as the spirit of God leads how we'll go. But the audience really and truly like the stories, and Mother Wilby was correct.
Mm-hmm.
Look how close all of us came become sharing this story. Every one of us, Rosie, because
Mm-hmm.
me never know them something about you. Me never used to know say you sell dirty girl.
Can I tell you?
say, my brethren there, Mr. Hines, did I catch water in a chimney pan in bed when we in a fan? Me never know them something there. Me never know say mother will be I go through this. Me never know them something about Donald Lofter. Me never
We
know them.
don't look like what we've been through.
Yeah, but sharing our story just make us look like we can sit down and talk all night.
Yes, definitely.
My God. And this is where we only have 5 more minutes to go. And I'm gonna just turn it over to Rosie so Rosie can just, tie it off for tonight's broadcast.
But it was just such a pleasure to be on here sharing with you from my heart to yours and from your heart to ours. You know, just being real, just being positive and looking back because we can't really go forward unless we really look back and see that's how you appreciate life. That's how you appreciate where you are, looking back and see what the Lord has done. Because we couldn't have done it all by ourselves.
Yes.
God's grace and mercy carry with you, Donna.
All it there. I have this song. Let me play this song for all of us, for every one of us, for every one of us.
Go placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence.
You're a child of the
As far as
universe.
possible without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even the dull and ignorant. They too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter, for always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself.
You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and stars. You have a right to be here, and whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should.
Yeah.
Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career. However humble, it is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself. Especially do not feign affection. Neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is as perennial as the grass.
My God. And I'm going to let you close out right on that, Rosie. Wow. Was it a
Yeah, yeah. You're indeed a child of the universe. Don't let anybody
yes?
make you feel less of a person.
Oh, no.
Never, never, never let nobody look down on you or speak a negative word. You're a child of this universe and you have been there. God has brought you a mighty long way,
Hmm.
wherever you are. When people think that, and I always say this, Auntie Donna, that the God that brought you out then, he has not changed. He's the same God yesterday, today,
What he
and
does.
will forever be.
That's what he
So
does.
never, ever doubt God and where he's taking you. I mean, sometimes we get rebellious and we want to have our own way. But we have to allow ourselves to be pliable in God's hands as the potter and the clay. We have to allow God to work in us and through us and let him take us to where he wants us. Make wise choices because some of us do make bad choices. And as a result of that, we fall into things that we really should not be in. But my thought tonight, and I'm leaving with you, to just give God thanks for what he has done because he has done great things. And you're not looking like what you have been through.
Come on now.
Many of us go through rough situations, but I can tell you we are at a better place. We're not, maybe not at the best, but we're still at a better place. Over the years, God has brought us through. So thank you all for tuning in. I love this topic. It's just heartwarming.
Yes.
And each week we come here, we, as I said, we don't look at one particular topic or talk about relationship or whatever. We can go any direction, and we are happy that you can participate and share with us, because it's not about me and Auntie Donna. We could not be here just talking without you. So we are happy that you were a part of this journey with us. And who to tell what may come next week? Remember, you can also send in your topics that you would like us to speak on.
Yes.
We would appreciate it. And let us have a good time over this community. Keep it positive, keep it real over here.
That's
Have
right.
a wonderful morning, night,
Thank you,
whatever time it is.
Rosie. And I know we're tired. We got to go. But before you go, we're happy that no matter what the topic is, we have always set the foundation of Jesus Christ in who we're not ashamed of. And as you guys head into this holy season, this holiday Easter weekend, just be mindful of the reason for the season as well. It's everything all together. Love, forgiveness, endurance. It's a fruit of the spirit that will be on display. And please exhibit the fruit of the spirit even for this weekend. And we cannot do anything without God. And that's one of the reasons why we're definitely closing with this one. God bless you, Rosie. Thank you very much. Thank you, Donna. Amen. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Mikey. Thank you, John. Mother will be. Who else called with a story? Rhonda.
There
with a
will
story. God bless you. God bless you.
that I will have to climb, and there will be
No
battles
matter what your story is, do not give up.
fight
Do not give up.
victory or
Do remember that we will be back next Monday with awesome productions and topics and broadcasts.
if I've never tried.
Remember, June 8th, 2024, Pollyanna Project will be having their fish fry.
I've come too far from where
Some great things are happening behind the scene, and I want to thank those who are constantly supporting the Pollyanna Project and what we do.
the road
And as Rosie said, we could not do this without you.
and I
Obviously, some of the persons with what is going on are not here tonight, but the show must go on with one or two, right, Donna? Donna loved to call and said, Donna, you know, come on Facebook yet. Well, go on. I'm say, girl, me just turn on the live. So big up my friend. Thank you for always making sure that I'm on this path, that I stay on this part, and I appreciate you and love you for that. Good night, everyone, and be kind to someone.
like hope is gone. I'll just lift my head up to the sky and say, help me to be strong.